Good morning. I hate to interrupt all the wonderful fellowship, but we are very, very happy and excited that you all chose to join us today. It's been a very busy week in the Valley with a lot of celebrations and speeches and ribbon cuttings, and we're certainly excited that you still had enough time to join us this morning. Again, I'm Chris Lawrence, the town manager. We want to welcome you to the State of the Town address hosted by our Vinton Area Chamber of Commerce, as well as the mayor and myself will have our address here in a couple minutes. I did want to first just recognize our dignitaries and special guests with us this morning. And first I'll start with our Vinton Town Council. Mayor Grose is certainly joining us, and you'll hear from him in a little bit. Councilwoman Sabrina McCarty is here. Vice Mayor Matt Hare, and Councilmember Doug Adams. Councilmember Janet Scheid is actually out of town at the Susan G. Komen Walk, and she sends her regards, and she hates to miss today. We also have our guests from Roanoke County, Chairman of the Board Jason Peters, and Board Supervisor Charlotte Moore, and Nancy Horn, our Commissioner of Revenue. We have our friends from Roanoke City here with Mayor David Bowers and Roanoke City Manager Chris Morrill. We also have, let's see, who am I missing? We have our friends from Salem, Councilwoman Jane Johnson, and Kevin Bogus, the city manager, who we didn't forget today. So, and we also would like to welcome Tom Gates, County Administrator for the county, and also, lastly, our friend Mike Altizer, former Chairman of the Board of Supervisors. And we certainly have many other people that are good friends of the town, and we welcome you and are glad you are here today. With that, we would like to start off as well with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. With that, I would like to introduce Mayor Brad Grose to share with us just a few words. That's kind of his, it's Brad, just a few words Grose, but he has a number of exciting things to share with us this morning.
All right. Who doesn't like celebrating and who doesn't like Kool in the Gang, right? There's actually a newer version, but I don't know. I just couldn't do that part, so thank you, Chris, for that very much. Certainly want to thank all of you for being here this morning. We are honored to have people from throughout the Valley, as well as many of our own citizens from right here in the town of Vinton. I also want to thank the Vinton War Memorial staff and the Vinton Area Chamber of Commerce for arranging everything this morning. And of course our caterers, I think T-Berries did that, isn't that right? Thank you, T-Berries. Before I get into all these exciting details I have for you today, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege. First of all, I want to thank my wife and my family for their support in this particularly busy time as mayor. You know I love you, and I appreciate your support. I'd also like to mention that both of my daughters are now teaching school full-time My oldest daughter, Melissa, teaches at Roanoke Catholic, and my youngest daughter, Mandy, teaches kindergarten here in Vinton at Herman L. Horn. Her kindergarten experience with all those children has proven to be quite valuable because she's also teaching me how to handle Vinton Town Council.
I could take some lessons in that.
No comment, sir. It is an honor to have you here, though. Got it. All right. Very distinguished looking group, don't you think? And actually, I'd like to thank all the members of Vinton Town Council. They are dedicated, hardworking, honest people who only want the best for our town. Although we do not always agree, we always try to treat each other, our staff, and certainly our citizens with great respect. It is truly one of the great honors of my life to serve with the town of Vinton, with this devoted group of citizens. I'd like to take this opportunity, as a matter of fact, to thank the entire staff of the town of Vinton. They work hard every day to keep us safe and to improve our quality of life. So if you work for the town of Vinton in any capacity and you're here today, if you would stand, we'd like to recognize you properly. All right. Thank you. Speaking of staff, as you know by now, Chris Lawrence, our current town manager, will be leaving on January 1st. Chris is a very talented individual, and he's done a great job here in the town of Vinton. And we've just been blessed to get to know him and his wonderful family. And we certainly wish them the best as they go through this transition in their life. Our prayers definitely go with them. This is our, Thank you. This is our annual report to you, to our friends, to our business community, and to our citizens. In addition, I want to approach today as a time of two-way communication. So after this riveting speech, I'll be lingering here in the Dogwood Ballroom for some questions. So if you have any questions related to any of the activities in Vinton, I would certainly be glad to talk with you at that time. I'm happy to report to you today that the state of Vinton is very good. About this time last year, we adopted a new branding slogan called In Vinton, and personally I think it fits perfectly. In Vinton, we have active churches, civic clubs, and sports groups. We have a lot of groups that bind us together as a solid community. In Vinton, we have an excellent Chamber of Commerce that is aggressive and growing. The Chamber's activities actually benefits all of the communities. They have some wonderful activities that our community appreciates, and at the same time they support our local businesses. In Vinton, we have great neighbors, Roanoke County and Roanoke City, and we look forward to a growing and continuing partnership with them. In Vinton, we are a strong, vibrant community, and the excitement is building. Let's talk about a few of our recent activities. We'll start with the fire department. Working in conjunction with our friends at Roanoke County, we now provide 24-hour fire protection with a career staff. We very much appreciate the Vinton Volunteer Fire Department, who has worked hard to protect this community for decades. The Volunteer Fire Department remains an important part of our community safety plan, and they play a substantial role here in Vinton. We also want to thank Chief Hoback and our neighbors in Roanoke City for helping us during this time of transition. That was very important. If we can talk about streetscapes, one of my favorite subjects, as many of you know, We've talked about this for years, and finally we have completed the installation of the decorative lighting downtown, and we've removed some additional overhead power lines. We also have installed the new Vinton banners downtown. The Tinker Creek Canoe Launch is a wonderful site. It provides connection to the Roanoke River Blueway system and the Roanoke Valley Greenway system. This canoe launch site has already been very successful in attracting new visitors to the town of Vinton. This year, we invested in our infrastructure by replacing some water lines along Jefferson Avenue that were 100 years old. So I would say we got our money's worth out of those. We are also working on some utilities in Southampton neighborhood as well as the Blandford Avenue. We continue to work closely with the Chamber of Commerce on our In Vinton branding logo. By the way, if you haven't seen it, you might want to check out the Eat in Vinton Facebook page. It's quite impressive. Of course, the Vinton branch of the Roanoke County Library System is now open. Our friends at Roanoke County made a $9 million investment in our downtown by building this beautiful facility. The town contributed to the project by helping to purchase the land, which ensured that the library would be in downtown Vinton. So a special thank you to Roanoke County Administrator Tom Gates and Board of Supervisors Chairman Jason Peters for continuing a wonderful partnership that has developed over the years. And I'd like to add too, I think Mr. Mike Altizer is here today, and he was certainly instrumental in making that project happen, as was all of Roanoke County Board of Supervisors. Just a word about Gish's Mill. The Vinton Town Council recently voted to purchase the Gish's Mill property, also known as Holdren's Store. I think this demonstrates the vision that Vinton Town Council has. It is a very valuable piece of property to the town. Its strategic location alone makes it very important. The property is located at a major corridor entrance that comes in from Roanoke City and Route 460. Protection of this gateway is truly vital. Gish's Mill is part of our history. As a matter of fact, are parts of the original mill that date back 200 years, so it certainly has some historic value. As a matter of fact, Gish's Mill is even depicted upon our town logo. So we plan to develop a process that will engage our citizens and the business community in a master plan for the property. The Vinton Municipal Pool. As part of the budget process for this operating year, Vinton Town Council realized that we could no longer operate the municipal pool. As many of you know, we have tried several methods of operation over the past few years, including partnering with some very dedicated volunteers. But the pool continues to be a substantial drain upon scarce resources that are needed to provide our core services. As of this date, the facility remains intact. As a last effort to retain the pool, Vinton Town Council has asked our staff to develop a request for proposals that would solicit a new pool operator, whether it be a nonprofit organization or a business. We are truly hopeful that an operator can be found for the Vinton Municipal Pool. And now I'd like to ask Chris to detail some recent business developments in our town. Chris?
Technology works every time at 7:30 in the morning. And see, now it works perfect. I'm excited to detail some items with you all related to some successes we've had this year. And then the successes are not just us alone. These successes are very much due in part to our staff, are partners with Roanoke County Economic Development Office, as well as you all as business owners and in the business community and the Chamber of Commerce. We continue to focus on our 21st century economic development strategies that focus on businesses that are attracted to high quality of life factors, labor market that has availability, and strong communities that have pride and involvement of their citizens. The total value of commercial and building permits alone just this past year was over $2.25 million. And that's on top of the $9 million investment in the library, which has a direct impact on people buying food and gas and participating in local businesses. We've also invested in our infrastructure and as well as our downtown revitalization efforts. This has resulted in over 150 jobs moving to Vinton or being created in Vinton, and these companies have expanded to hire these new positions. Without getting into all the details, which is what we love to do, but I kind of have a list of a number of companies, and these are really also the big ones. We also have a number of home operators and home businesses that continue to open and start in Vinton. But Magnus USA opened last year. Atlantic Emergency Solutions, which does fire truck and emergency equipment rehab and fabrication. Our support systems office building in town. The Vinton Laundromat and offices that go with that. CW Security Solutions, which does a lot of armor and weapons and things that I think certain people would certainly appreciate having. The Roanoke Auction House has opened and been very successful in driving traffic into town. RPM Records, which is our brand new record store in downtown that supposedly has a phenomenal collection of vinyls for some of y'all who know what those are. Certainly the Roanoke County Library, which is a government investment, but we certainly expect, and just the way the design is, you can see the business traffic that should drive through there. D.H. Griffin Processing Facility is a scrap metal and a demolition company that has actually cleaned up an industrial property, and although it is still a very heavy industry, has made it a lot cleaner than what it was. Walker Insulation is moving in on Walnut Avenue. Blaze Small Engine Repair, that was kind of right outside of town, still a Vinton company, but has moved right inside of town. The reopening of the bowling alley. So if you want to come try out some nice evenings at the alley, they're open, and it's certainly a fun family event. And then lastly, the focus is on the Hive, which the Hive stands for the Home of Innovative and Visioning Entrepreneurs. And that has been a brainchild of Annette Patterson and her group, and the town council has worked very closely with her to lease the old health department building. It has been open since August. It is completely full. It has driven over 25 businesses, small entrepreneurs, into the facility. Over 1,000 people have been through the door since August, and they have hopefully many more successes to come, and some hopefully in the near future. These companies have found the quality of life factors in Vinton and our valley to be a successful equation, and Vinton has been a great place to invest and to expand. With all these great projects and businesses, you wonder, why am I leaving? And it has made my recent decision to accept a new position very difficult. On a personal level, on a professional level, it's a great opportunity. Vinton is a great community. My family and I have fallen in love with Vinton over the past 7 years. We love our school at Herman L. Horn. We have developed lifelong friends, both our neighbors as well as our staff and many of you in the room today. And it's been an honor to work with all of you and all the people that are so committed to making Vinton a great place to live, raise a family, and to work. But as many of you know, I have accepted this new position with Blacksburg. Vinton is in great hands with our staff, and the mayor recognized them earlier. And it has truly been an honor and a privilege to serve the Vinton community. And I'm very thankful for everything that you all have done for me, and I hope that I've been able to help leave Vinton a little bit better place. And thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. It's truly been an honor to work with you, and we certainly wish you the best of luck in your new endeavors. I do have just a couple of things I'd like to mention. These are some of our upcoming projects as we continue to work hard to make Vinton a special place. We want to attract people to live and work in the town of Vinton, and we think it's a special place, and we enjoy sharing that. And as you can probably tell, I have lost my place. So, there we go. All right. A few of the things that we have left, and I do apologize. I've done too much celebrating, I guess. We continue to work on the Vinton Market in the stage area. We plan to double the size of the stage and enhance its architectural appearance. We also plan to work on the Vinton Glade Creek Trail. That part of the Greenway will start construction soon. And of course, we do have some sidewalk work that we'll be doing along Walnut Avenue that will tie in with the Greenway system. One of the big exciting things that will start soon is the Roland E. Cook Loft Apartment Project that will provide 21 upscale apartments, and it's an adaptive use of a great 100-year-old historical school building. The project is being done by a private developer, and the team plans to spend over $4 million. So we're very excited about that. We also look forward to working with Roanoke County as they make efforts to develop the old William Byrd High School building. If I can take just a moment to mention our finance department that is currently under the very capable and professional direction of Mr. Barry Thompson. Recently, the department received the GFOA Certificate of Excellence in Government Reporting for the 20th straight year. So thank you, Barry, and your staff for a great job. One last comment as I close. You may have noticed a reoccurring theme throughout the morning, and that is partnership and cooperation. Nearly everything that was mentioned happened only because we had a partnership or some type of cooperative effort with another government or another group. These partnerships are working for the town of Vinton, and actually similar cooperations and similar efforts are working throughout the valley, and I think everyone should know that. Local governments in the Roanoke Valley know that the only way for any of us to prosper is for all of us to work closely together. As a citizen and as a mayor, I am encouraged by the growing number of partnerships in our area. So today, I personally pledge to make every effort I possibly can to promote partnership and cooperation throughout our entire region. And I hope that you will join me in this effort. The Lord has truly blessed us with a great place to live, and with His help and with everyone's cooperation, the best is yet to be. Thank you, folks, for your patience this morning. May God bless you all.